So hello, everybody. We are excited to be here today because we are here to talk about the census. And not just the census, but how does this affect transportation for you, for me, and not just today, but in the future to come. So to talk about this, I want to introduce to you a few very important people in this community. And one of them is our Mayor, Ron Smith. Just wave. There you are. And then we have Ann Silver. She is the Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber of Commerce for Reno Sparks. Woo! Can you, there you go. We have Councilwoman Neoma Jardon from Reno. You should come over to Sparks. I'm just kidding. You're cool just how you are. It's all good. Awesome, awesome. And then Michael Moreno, Senior PIO at RTC. He does a lot of different hats, does a lot of great things, but he'll get to share as well. And then Laura Thorworth with the Census Bureau. So we're just going to start, and we'll just start with you, Mayor Smith. Tell us, Ron, how is this important? Why does the census matter to transportation?
Well, thanks for having me here today, first of all. But, if you embrace the census instead of fearing the census, it matters on how much money we get from the federal government for roads, different transportation needs. Okay, a perfect example of federal money coming for transportation is the Southeast Connector. It was envisioned in 1954. It was approved in 1964. I'll say that again, 1964. We just finished completion of that road about 2 years ago. You can't tell me the government works fast. But if that federal money wasn't available, it would still be a swampland over there. Another example is the Pyramid-McCarran intersection, all federal money. And what a great job they did there. Think about this. Embrace the census, don't fear the census. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. I appreciate that. We're going to go and bump right over to Ann. Now, what do you think about all this?
Well, I'm thrilled that I've completed the census. My staff of 2 has completed the census. Everybody should. It's confidential. No one is going to know what you listed or noted, but everybody should be a participant. And as far as its impact on transportation, I'm in my office looking out at the redevelopment of Midtown. And I think we often forget that transportation involves walking as well. And we hope that soon enough, when this project is completed, there will be lots of people biking and walking through Midtown and downtown. And we'll have our population count to thank as we move forward for more money and more development of streets and byways and highways. And I think it's so critical that people understand the importance of the 2020 census and participate. Thank you.
Hello, and now we go to Neoma Jardon. How you doing, Councilwoman?
I'm doing good. And I too did the census in record time, and I'm not the most tech savvy person out there, so I'll just say it's over before you know. It's very, very simple to do and very effective and smart and super simple to do, so incredibly important. As an example, I don't know if everybody knows, $675 billion annually are allocated for transportation services. Let me repeat that, $675 billion with a B. What does that mean to you and me? That's a big number. What does that mean to you and me? That means transportation options, transportation volumes in our neighborhoods. And if you think back, oh goodness, in my certainly 10 years since the last census, think about how much our neighborhoods have grown. Think about South Meadows. Think about Spanish Springs. Think about Somerset and Verdi. Now, capturing that growth in a census and getting the dollars to match that growth certainly helps to get those transportation options out to those neighborhoods to serve those populations. So it's so critically important that people fill out the census. Again, super quick, super easy, super important.
Thank you. And Mr. Moreno, I know you're involved in a lot of different things. Give us your spiel. What do you think about all this? How important is this to us?
Well, the census is very important. I'm chair of the Washoe County Complete Count Committee, so this is especially near and dear to my heart. But as we've all been talking about transportation today, there's about $433 million that the state of Nevada would receive back in federal funding to help for road projects. The census helps to identify federal funding for transportation, as Councilwoman Jardon, who's also an RTC commissioner, mentioned. That growth that happens helps us plan for new roads and new transit routes throughout the community. Mayor Smith, who is also an RTC commissioner, highlighted a couple of projects. Some of the projects in our community that we have received federal investment for are the Pyramid McCarran Intersection Improvement Project, the 4th Street Prater Way Bus Rapid Transit Project, and of course, Ann highlighted the Virginia Street project that is currently underway in Midtown. And so these are very significant projects to help us address the demand for transportation needs right here in the Reno, Sparks, Washoe County area. But let's talk a little bit more about what the census brings to us as well. It helps to bring formula funds for transit services, formula funds that are allocated throughout the community that are helped to provide medical trips and subsidized transit fares for both our fixed route service and our paratransit service. The paratransit service serving individuals with disabilities as well as seniors. So there is a lot at stake here for us to participate in the census, not just transportation, but education, health. In light of the COVID-19 pandemic that we're all experiencing right now, it really highlights the importance of federal funds that we need here in Washoe County to help us with programs, services, and resources for the region.
That's awesome. Thank you all. We probably could talk for hours about how important it is. The one thing I just want to point out is a lot of people I know are part of fundraisers for all sorts of things. We take the time to go raise money for this and that, but you have a chance for about 7 minutes of your time to go sit down and raise $2,000 per year per person in your home for the next 10 years by taking the time to do this. And so this fundraiser is huge, and it does go to all those things and even more. There's a list that goes very long that these federal funds come to. So please take a part. Now, I bet you're wondering, because you're so excited, how do I take the census? Well, we have a professional here. Ms. Laura, what do you think?
Thank you so much. And I just want to echo everything everyone here said. It's so important and so crucial. Every person counted is worth $20,000 worth of funding to the state. And we desperately will need that after all of this happens. So to be counted, go to census.nv.gov and fill out your census online. It takes all of 5 to 10 minutes. Also, you can phone in your census and call the phone number 844-330-2020 and get counted today. Nevada matters, and be counted.
Be
counted.